Good morning, class. Welcome to English 102 Online Winter Quarter 2022. I'm really excited to spend the next 10 weeks with you guys. My name is Amber Lemire. I'll be your instructor, your guide, your editor-in-chief, which you'll learn a little bit more about later. And you can call me Amber. So if you're viewing this video right now in Canvas, which you should be, if you're not, get in there, get into our course space. You should see on the left-hand side, there's a menu, and there will be a link to all of the different pages that are a part of this course setup, but I specifically want to point out the link that refers to the syllabus. There are 4 separate pages on my syllabus, and I want you to check out all of those pages. Make sure that you spend our first week, while there's a little bit of room to breathe, reviewing that stuff, asking questions if you have any, and just trying to wrap your head around it. A lot of faculty members might refer to the syllabus as a contract between you and the instructor, and that's a good way to think of it. So usually I'll refer back to the syllabus throughout the quarter, and it's just a good document to make sure that you fully understand. Okay, so one page on there right now that's going to become important immediately is the page that talks about your instructor, primarily because it gives you a multitude of ways to contact me. And you'll notice that I don't have established office hours. Being an online instructor entirely this quarter, I have a lot of flex. So if you're someone who works all day and you're only available at night, I don't want you to be afraid to reach out and say, I need help, but I can only meet you at 7:30 p.m. I can't guarantee to make that happen, but I will do everything I can to work with you guys within reason, to be present and available for you. Zoom and emails and this whatever digital contact we can create is a part of my job and my passion as your instructor. So I'm not just here to assign and grade things. I really want to interact with you guys, get to know you, respond uniquely to your individual experiences in the course. So check out that Contact Me page, and if you haven't been a student who contacts your instructor before, I encourage you to start being one this quarter. So you may notice that when you go to the syllabus, it opens up into a new and separate web page. If you look at the top, it'll say that it's lemire102.weebly.com. And what I've done is I've created an entire website for my English 102 course. And eventually every page for the entire course, every project will be published. Right now I have a few things hidden just because I'm making some revisions. I'm trying to improve based on last year when I had the experience of teaching 102 again. And so just give me a bit of time to make those improvements. But the point is that even though there are deadlines that tell you, you should be doing this in week 3 and it's due here, if you're the kind of person where you zoom through a certain step of the process and you have the time, you might as well start looking ahead and maybe taking some steps to get ahead. One of the main reasons why I created that website is that Canvas you have to log into, and it's just not as easy to access all the time. Like if you're on your smartphone or something and maybe you're sitting at the eye doctor and waiting in line, or waiting to be seen, you have 30 minutes to kill or 15 minutes to kill. I just wanted you guys to have a website that you could easily get to, that you could review, that you could study, whatever suits your learning style. So again, www.lemire102.weebly.com. That's my course website that describes all of the projects, and you're going to submit everything. You're going to have emails through Canvas. Canvas has grades, submitting your assignments, discussions, and emails, announcements, all of that stuff. But all of the actual descriptions of your assignments you can find on that website. And don't worry, Canvas will send you to what you need to see on that website as well. It's just different learning styles. I want to give you guys different options. So, a little bit about me. I have been an online learner for quite some time. When I switched over to my bachelor's degree, that was kind of the only way that I could go get it, the one that I wanted. And I remember I got this letter in the mail and it said, before you begin, here's a list of qualities that you need to have as a person in order to be successful online. And I'm just going to be upfront with you. I did not have those qualities. And I tried to make sure not to tell anyone in my my family. At the time I was kind of young, so I didn't want my parents to see the list because I thought they'd tell me like, this is not for you. But I just made a decision that I was going to grow in those areas, and online learning became such an important part of my growth as a student. Before, I was somebody who relied on my extroverted nature, conversations, bringing stuff to the table. I felt like I could kind of get away with not working as hard on my homework as long as I was really engaged in class. And when I went online, I didn't have those abilities. So I just encourage you guys right now to lean on me as a resource to help you grow as online learners. You may not have the skill set right now that would make you a good online learner, or maybe you're like, I would prefer that. But if you don't have it, you can develop these things. And I can not only be there for you to guide you through English 102, I'm happy to coach and mentor and encourage you to become a strong online learner as well. Tip number 1 for online learning: when you get into a class, look around. Imagine it like you're walking into a home and you're getting a home tour. You're not going to leave a door unopened and not go into like half the house. You're going to walk through every room, kind of scope it out until you have a mental map of how this home is laid out. And that's what I would do anytime I would get into a course, because I had this great fear that like week 5 I would discover a door that I didn't open in a room full of stuff that I needed to deal with, and then I would be frantic. And Canvas can kind of make this tricky for you guys. It gives you a to-do list on the right-hand side, and it's easy at times to just be like, that's all I need. I just need to click on whatever it says is due this week and only look at that. I get where you're coming from. I think that's okay to default to a degree once you're into the course. But at the start of a course this week, my class, any other class on your Canvas dashboard, get inside of it. So when you see the little tile icons and it says the name of the class, open it up. Sorry for being so cheesy and literal, but I really think this is good advice for you guys. More important things that I want you to know up front, that I want to impress upon your memories. We have kind of a routine and a calendar for this class. Every Monday by noon, I will post a weekly update on this homepage in Canvas, and it's on a Padlet. That's what this is called. So it's scrolling where the most recent one is at the top, and it's its own individual post, almost like a social media account. And you'll see that there's a like button, there's a space for comments. People don't utilize that much, but you are more than welcome to. I do see them, and I sometimes, sometimes when I do get comments, I'll reply there. Just post as anonymous, because multiple 102 courses are accessing the same Padlet, so that just protects your privacy. And again, Mondays before noon, you will see that update. It will outline specifically what needs to be done that week, what I advise to be done. And then due dates will always land on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays by 11:59 p.m. Sometimes it'll be Tuesday, Sunday. Sometimes it'll be just Sunday. Sometimes it'll be Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. But just know that those are the dates that you can kind of have it on your radar that something might be due for our class. Again, it will be in the weekly update. Nothing should surprise you. I take a lot of time to think through, for each project, how long should that take you compared to other projects? And that's why the due dates are a little bit scattered. Some things they only take till Tuesday. Other things I want you to have the whole week to work on. And then another thing I always try to take into account is, do you need feedback sooner than later? So if I assign it on a certain day, does that allow me to start reviewing and providing comments the next day? That's always my hope. I want you guys to know that that's the the intent behind the calendar is that I would give you enough time to do things compared to other things, and that I'd only have you submitting things when I'm able to respond to them within a reasonable time based on your due date. So 11:59 p.m. is the goal. The truth is, if it's there when I open up the assignment the next morning to start reviewing it, it's there. So I will break this down in the syllabus, but I also want to point out that there is the chance to request extensions on those rare occasions when you need to. And how I want you to do that is when you go to actually submit an assignment in Canvas, there will be a link that says submit. Then what you can do is add a submission comment. And I want a comment there prior to the deadline. So maybe it's something like, hey, Amber, it's Tuesday, 10 p.m. I know this thing is due, but, you don't even have to share. You can just say, I have some personal things going on. Can I please request an extension? And then I just record those and make sure that you haven't exceeded the maximum requests. Another handy thing that I want you to know is that in Canvas there is, like I said earlier, a to-do list, a calendar. I always attempt to put everything that is due, including reviewing the weekly updates on Monday morning, as a link in that calendar. So you can lean on that a bit. However, I recommend you develop your own system as well. So, maybe you have a paper planner. Sometimes that's a good idea when you're managing multiple courses, and you can do something like have your deadlines for English 102 in blue pen or highlighter in blue. Have your stuff for your science class in red, and just come up with your own thing based on your own unique personality. And again, if you want some tips or just, somebody to bounce ideas off of, to develop those skills, then ask your instructors. We've been students before too, and it's our passion to work with you guys to help you succeed. All right, so that's a lot of just overview, advice. What do you need to do this week? You need to, like I said, review the syllabus, take the time, contact me if that feels like it's necessary right now. I am not burdened by it, bothered. I'd love to interact with you. Take a tour, like a house tour of the course. And then the projects to do are your journalist bio, which is due on Tuesday night. And then, today is Tuesday, forgive me. Your journalist bio is due on Thursday night. And then your replies to each other for those journalist bios are due on Sunday night. Instructions will be in the links below. I want you to also, once you get some of that underway, take a sneak peek at the project for next week, which is the 3 pitches. And those will not be due until Thursday, since they require a decent amount of contemplation, I would say. When you're making those 3 pitches, you're pitching ideas for what to write about for our magazine. More on that later. But you're pitching those ideas to our journalist team, to me, your editor-in-chief, and those are the ideas you will choose from. You will choose one, and you will be writing and researching and breaking into that and investigating that thing for the entire quarter. So that's why I want you to get a sneak peek, while I want you to have until next Thursday, because I really want you to contemplate ideas that you might be excited about for that duration of time. That's the goal there. So I hope you guys are excited. I genuinely am. English 102 is my favorite composition course to teach. Last time I taught it, they were some of the best essays I had read as an instructor, and I think that we can do that again. I think you guys can continue to blow me away if you just get creative, curious, vulnerable with questions, willing to grow with me as writers and thinkers, willing to grow with each other. So I wish you the best quarter, not just in my class, but in all of your classes. I know this world that we're living in right now, it can be dreary, and let's make this a space together that is exciting to be a part of. All right, I will talk to you guys soon.